Well, Ross, thanks for joining us. Clearly a disappointing result in the performance.
Well, a little bit like Tuesday night, Dave. The goal goes in with their first cross into the box of the afternoon, or at least one of the early ones. Sloppy goal to concede. If set pieces at this level are obviously a big part of people's games, and we knew that they were going to come here and throw balls into the box, and we need to deal with that better. And then I felt like we got real control on the game. I felt like we didn't create a huge amount, but I felt like it was coming. I felt like when we really moved the ball quickly, we looked like we were going to get into dangerous positions, and felt we were justified to get the goal and go in at 1-0 at half time. And our message was to increase the tempo of the way that we played, but to go and keep moving the ball, because they were here to sit off us and make it tough for us. Needed to keep moving the ball across the pitch, and I think we attempted to do that in the second half, but a little bit like it was on Tuesday, we didn't do it well enough.
Because it was the visitors in that second half that appeared to be creating the better chances.
Yeah, but I think because of the way that we were moving the ball, I felt we played into their hands. Our pitch is poor, and we play into areas at times in the second half where people are under pressure in the middle of the pitch, and we give the ball away. So therefore, a team that's set up to counter-attack get a few opportunities to counter-attack and create chances. So a big part of our thing at half-time was be patient, keep moving the ball, don't play in areas where it's going to be difficult and tight, because that's what they're waiting to pounce on and get up the pitch. Whether they create or not off the back of that is another thing altogether. So we needed to be focused, we needed to concentrate, and like I say, a little bit like Tuesday, I don't think we did it well enough.
How much of a miss was Connor Wilkinson, and how bad is the injury?
I don't think it's too severe. My worry today was that Connor missed most of Christmas last year with a calf injury, so I was worried that if he pushed through, he was willing to come in and see how he felt this morning, but we felt that if he pushed through that injury and it made it worse, that we could be missing him for a period of time. So collectively, the physios and Connor, we decided it was the right idea to maybe lose him for today, but in the hope that we might get him for the next 4 or 5 fitter. So we're hoping it's not as severe as it could have been, and that we've managed it the right way.
Liango looked frustrated in large parts of that game on the right-hand side. Yeah,
he did. I think we didn't get him into areas. We got a couple of diagonal passes from Dan Appy into him in the first half, which just couldn't quite get him in and around the box, because they were set up in the, there's another team playing against us, so they're making it tough for us to play through them. I'm not convinced Lee out on this right hand side is his favoured position. Down the middle is, but I think he's very much more effective because he can come off the line on the other side. But we felt it was the right way to approach the game today, and I think the frustration come from a number of fouls and times where he tries to receive the ball and he doesn't get a great deal of protection. I feel for him. I think that happens on a regular basis, and that frustration ate away at him a little bit.
You changed personnel. Were you tempted to change the formation?
We did. I did change the formation. Changed the formation to a diamond. Played 2 up front in terms of Ruel and Danny Johnson. Jordan Maguire-Drew as an attacking midfield player on number 10. So that was where the change of formation come from. We felt that the narrowness of their team was going to allow our fullbacks to get up the pitch. And like I said right at the beginning, I think to your first or second question, Dave, it was about us moving the ball in the manner that we'd spoken about to get people into dangerous positions. We got James Brophy into some threatening areas, we got Joby into some threatening areas in the second half, but we need to carry on doing those things well. It needs to mean more to keep doing those things well, sticking to what we're doing in order to win games and see games through.
Both sides had shouts for a penalty.
Yes, I mean, their one was Loz come out and try to block the flick or shot or whatever you want to call it as he puts it back across the goal. Their bench were obviously very active during the game, and there was a shout on that one. I think Brophy's one definitely is a penalty. I think Joby's one, I think we've just had the conversation there, is Joby's one inside the box. Well, Joby from the edge of the box with a free kick's as good as a penalty. So whether that's in, whether it's out, I think it's almost irrelevant. It's a foul. But look, it's not a referee's fault that we got beat today. I think it could have helped us in terms of making some decisions that would have enabled us some goal scoring opportunities from the penalty spot, shall we say. But I think we're at a stage in the season where we know that the refereeing's not very good at the level at the moment, so there's no point in making that a big deal.
Such an open division. The transfer window will open soon. What positions are you looking to strengthen?
Well, I think it's a collective, really, Dave. I think there'll be some freshening up of the squad. I think big part of the situation that we were in after lockdown was, a lot made about the fact that players were in contract and we had a settled squad. I think what that's going to look like now as we come into January is there's people that are not in the team, people that are not playing at the moment, certainly people that are up and out of contract at the end of the season, that need to think about their futures. One of my messages to the players there is that we can do something really special this year. We're not far away from pushing and getting in and around the playoffs. So let's not look back on that as in years to come and say we let ourselves down, because that's what I think we're doing at the moment. And when I say we, I say me, because I know people will be pointing their fingers at me naturally, but I think as a group we should be doing more. We let ourselves down. We should be winning more games of football. We should be in a better position in the league, but for reasons that we've just discussed in there, in terms of having that little bit more conviction and a little bit more focus, we're letting ourselves down. So I think the long way round to answering your question is that the people are going to be out of contract in the summer, and some people that are going to be looking at their futures in January. And collectively, as a whole group, having a good season, being in and around the playoffs, all the things that I've just said there, is going to benefit everyone. It's going to benefit me, because people won't moan when we get beat, point their finger at me, and I'll be classed as a better coach and a better manager. It will benefit individuals, and it will benefit us as a whole club if we can get that focus back and show that, like we have on many occasions, like we did at times today, that when we play at our best, there's not many teams in the league that can live with us. But you can't just keep talking about when we're at the best. We need to do it when we're not quite as, at that very, very top level that, not every team can perform at every week.
Will he be available for Boxing Day? Cambridge is going to be a tough one, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, like I said to you before, Dave, I think hopefully we've caught it in time. We need to make sure that he recovers in the next couple of days in terms of what the injury looks like, and then I would hope that Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday he's training and back in to work and be ready for that game.
We'll look forward to that. Can I take this opportunity to wish you Merry Christmas?
Before you do that, sorry, just to butt in there, but it's been a tough week for some people. I won't go into too much detail, but we talk a lot at this club about the welfare of our people. I just want to mention about the loss of Gary, the steward, that passed away during the week. Gary wasn't somebody that I know well, but I think you can probably tell by my the way that I'm sort of talking now, is that he was a guy that was on the gate here every day throughout COVID, and as simple as it might sound to people, we build up relationships with people, and it's an easy thing to say, our people mean a lot to us, and then not recognise it and do things about it. So I want to send my best wishes to Gary and his family. I know he had a family, I believe 2 young boys, so I want to send that. And then we've had 1 or 2 things around the club in the last week. Like I say, I won't go into too much detail, but I want those people who will know what I'm talking about to know that everybody at the club is behind them. This is an incredibly strange season, and welfare of people becomes more important than anything else. And then, of course, we all know that we're coming into the Christmas period, which is all about family. It's about close ones, loved ones, and people around you. So I don't want to take an edge off. I don't want people to. It's not me getting the violin out. But if I don't do it here, I don't get the opportunity to recognise how important it is that things are mentioned. So, on my behalf, thank you for wishing me a Merry Christmas, and I didn't mean to.
Not at all, Ross. That's very, very much appreciated. Thank you.
Thanks.